The man with red eyes. We knew we were going to be in danger. Mrs. Whatsit told us that. Yes, and she told us it was going to be worse for you than for Meg and me. You stay here with Meg, old sport, and let me case the joint. No, she told us stay together. She told us not to go off by ourselves. She told you not to go off by yourself. I'm the oldest and I should go first. No, Charles is right, Cal. We have to stay together. Suppose you didn't come out and we had to go in after you. Come on. Do we just knock? There isn't a handle or knob or latch or anything. Maybe there's another way in. Let's try knocking anyhow. Come on. Where do we go now? There aren't any doors. Let's ask somebody. Could you tell us what the procedure is around here? The procedure for what? How do you see whoever's in authority? You present your papers to the A machine. You ought to know that. Where's the A machine? But there isn't a door or anything. How do we get in? You put your S papers in B slot. Why are you asking me these stupid questions? Do you think I don't know the answers? You'd better not play games around here. You'll have to go through the process machine again, and you don't want to do that. We're strangers here. That's why we don't know about things. Please tell us, sir, who you are and what you do. I run a #1 spelling machine on the 2nd grade level. But what are you doing here now? I am here to report that one of my letters is jamming. Until it can be properly oiled by an F-grade oiler, there is danger of jammed minds. I think I shall have to report you. I'm fond of children, and I don't like to get them in trouble, but rather than run the risk of reprocessing myself, I must report you. Maybe that's a good idea. Who do you report us to? To whom do I report you? I wish Charles wouldn't act so sure of himself. Well, to whom then? I'm not on the 2nd grade level yet. Please, Charles, please don't. I hope he isn't too hard on you, but I've been reprocessed once, and it was more than enough. I don't want to get sent to it. I've never been sent to it, and I can't risk having that happen. It again. What is it? I'm not sure I want to know. I've had several reports to make lately. I shall have to ask for more A21 cards. Tuck. Whoop. You may be detained for a few days, but they won't be too hard on you. Just relax and don't fight, and it will all be easier for you. What? There is nothing to fear except fear itself. I'm quoting like Mrs. Who. Meg, I'm scared stiff. So am I. Charles? Don't let go of me. Hold on tight. He's trying to get at me. Let's go back. No! I have to go on. We have to make decisions, and we can't make them if they're based on fear. Looking at him feels like when we passed through the black thing on our way to Camazotz. Cold and dark, and I have been waiting for you, my dears. But how does it happen that there are 3 of you? Oh, Calvin just came along for the ride. Oh, he did he? I hope that it has been a pleasant one so far. Very educational. Let Calvin speak for himself. I have nothing to say. His eyes are red. How strange. Close your eyes. Huh? Don't look at his eyes. He'll hypnotize you. Clever, aren't you? Focusing your eyes would, of course, help, but there are other ways. If you try them on me, I'll kick you. Oh, will you indeed, my little man? It's no good to try to oppose me, and you will soon realize there is no need to fight me. Not only is there no need, but you will not have the slightest desire to do so. For why should you wish to fight someone who is here only to save you pain and trouble? For you and for the rest of the happy, useful people on this planet, I am willing to assume all the pain and responsibility of thought and decision. We'll make our own decisions, thank you. But of course, and our decisions will be one, yours and mine. Don't you see how much better, how much easier that is for you? Let me show you. Let us say the multiplication table together. No. Once 1 is 1, once 2 is 2, once 3 is 3. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. Once 4 is 4, once 5 is 5, once 6 is 6. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Once 7 is 7, once 8 is 8, once 9 is 9. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep. Once 10 is 10, once 11 is 11, once 12 is 12. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, perceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Twice 4 is 8, twice 5 is 10, twice 6 is... Father! Splendid, splendid. You have passed your preliminary tests with flying colors. You didn't think we'd fall for that old stuff, did you? I hoped not. I most sincerely hoped not. If you please, we're only here because we think our father's here. Could you tell us where he is? Ah, your father. Yes, your father. It's not can I, you know, young lady, but will I. Will you then? That depends. Why do you want your father? Didn't you ever have a father? You don't want him for a reason. You want him because he's your father. But he hasn't been acting very like a father lately, abandoning his wife and his 4 little children, gallivanting off on wild adventures of his own. He was working for the government. He'd never have left us otherwise, and we want to see him, please. Right now. My, but the little miss is impatient. Patience, young lady. Patience is not one of my virtues. And by the way, you don't need to vocalize verbally with me. I can understand you quite as well as you can understand me. The spoken word is one of the triumphs of man, and I intend to continue using it, particularly with people I don't trust. And you don't trust me? What reason have you given us to trust you? What cause have I given you for distrust? Charles! Twitch. May I ask why you did that? Because you aren't you. I'm not sure what you are, but you aren't what's talking to us. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I didn't think you were real. I thought perhaps you were a robot because I don't feel anything coming directly from you. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it's coming through you, isn't it? It isn't you. Pretty smart, aren't you? It's not that I'm smart. Try to find out who I am, then. I have been trying. Look into my eyes. Look deep within them, and I will tell you. I have to. No. 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 Charles. I am not pleased. I could very easily lose patience with you, and that young lady would not be good for your father. If you have the slightest desire to see him again, you'd better cooperate. It might help if you gave us something to eat. We're all starved. If you're going to be horrible to us, you might as well give us dinner first. It's lucky for you that you amuse me, my dear, or I shouldn't be so easy on you. The boys I find not nearly so diverting. Oh well. If I feed you, will you stop interfering with me? No. We've had enough of these preliminaries. Let's get on with it. That's exactly what we were doing until your sister... Oh, that's exactly what we were doing until your sister interfered. Shall we try again? No, no, Charles, please. Let me do it, or Calvin. But it is only the little boy whose neurological system is complex enough. If you tried to conduct the necessary neurons, your brains would explode. And Charles's wouldn't? I think not. But there's a possibility. There's always a possibility. Then he mustn't do it. I think you will have to grant him the right to make his own decisions. Ah, here we are. It smells like a turkey dinner. But there's something phony about this setup. There's definitely something rotten in the state of Camazotz. Doesn't it smell wonderful? I don't smell anything. I know, young man, and think how much you're missing. This will all taste to you as though you were eating sand, but I suggest you force it down. I would rather not have your decisions come from the weakness of an empty stomach. Oh, Jiminy. If this isn't real, it's the best imitation you'll ever get. Go on, little fellow. Eat. Ugh, this is unfair. I don't think we should eat this stuff. But if you're going to, I'd better too. It tastes alright. Try some of mine, Charles. Still tastes like sand. Yes, because you've shut your mind entirely to me. The other two can't. I can get through the chinks. Not all the way in, but enough to give them a turkey dinner. You see, I'm really just a kind, jolly old gentleman. Ha! Why don't you trust me, Charles? Why don't you trust me enough to come in and find out what I am? I am peace and utter rest. I am freedom from all responsibility. To come in to me is the last difficult decision you'll ever need to make. If I come in, can I get out again? Of course, if you want to. But I don't think you will want to. If I come, not to stay, you understand, just to find out about you. Will you tell us where Father is? Yes, that is a promise, and I don't make promises lightly. I have to find out what he really is, you know that. You mustn't stop me this time, Meg. But you won't be able to, Charles. You know he's stronger than you. I have to try. Okay, let's go. Come on, Meg, eat this delicious food that has been prepared for us. No, no. No, no, no. What's wrong, Meg? Why are you being so belligerent and uncooperative? This isn't Charles. Charles is gone.